It looks like a horror movie. There's very few ways they can like mess it up.
I've seen theories as well about how.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Moon Knight, particularly what the theme might look like and how it would work with the Marvel Cinematic Universe at large. So if you want to dive right into the possibilities of this show and what it could do to the Marvel fandom, keep on watching.
I am interested to see where Moon Knight goes. So I made a video about this recently. Like it looks like it's going down one of two different like paths. It's either going like down this super dark, grounded, almost Daredevil like show where it's like just street level crime, very violent, but very like still just, you know, human level story, similar to Daredevil, to Hawkeye, to Falcon and Winter Soldier. But in the teaser already, he's being on a werewolf and the suit's like wrapping around him like it looks like a horror movie. And it looks really dark and horror-esque for a Disney Plus series, you know, fresh off the back of a very lighthearted Christmas special, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see like how far down either of those paths it's gonna go, because Moon has a character that can go like either way. Like his stories kind of lends to both. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping they go down mostly the mystical sort of side. I'm hoping they go down the horror sort of area, because like with things like Multiverse of Madness and stuff coming out, I want to know that Marvel can really experiment and have fun like outside of their usual genre.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that is probably the route it's going to take, because I've seen theories as well about how Dane Whitman from Eternals and Blade might play a role in Moon Knight, or like Moon Knight might lead more into that storyline with Blade. And, you know, considering how Multiverse of Madness got postponed, Moon Knight is coming out before that movie, the horror elements too, like that would be a great way to lead in to that. So yeah, totally agree.
Absolutely.
It's also just going to be fun to see Oscar Isaac in the MCU finally. I know that they've approached him with like a lot of roles over the years. So to see him finally like there, and it's a role that he's excited about. And also, you know, just knowing the fan base that he has from Star Wars, it'll be interesting to see how that affects the fandom at large for the MCU. Because, you know, all the love to Star Wars and the Star Wars fans, but we know they can be a little picky about things sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's weird. We live in a world where the preferable fandom is the Marvel fandom. Like, yeah, we're the safer option of the two. You've gone down one path. I'm going us over here, you know.
Yeah, let's try to keep it simple, guys. We're here for a good time. Like, I don't know. I think overall it's going to be a very good show. It will be interesting to see how they do, you know, keep that balance between like street level stuff versus mystical. If they lean more towards one than the other. I don't know. I think overall Moon Knight's definitely going to be, it's probably going to rank like very high up for the Disney Plus MCU shows.
I agree. I think there's very few ways they can like mess it up, if I'm being honest with you. I guess I hope that because it's tackling things like, you know, mental health and like mental illness, that they tackle it in a somewhat sensitive way. I think that's where maybe you could see the potential slip up. But outside of that, like story wise, I think it's so interesting a concept that like I think it will hook people enough. Like people will rank it super highly. It's very, I don't know, it's very ambitious, but at the same time, I said that about like the Eternals, and like I rank Eternals really highly on like my MCU ranking, but like I also say that's another like super ambitious, different Marvel project. That was WandaVision, and because those shows and movies are different to the standard MCU formula, they tend to rank a little bit lower on people's lists, or people use that as a reason to not like it. So it could go the other way in terms of like opinion, but as someone who likes when Marvel breaks away from their tradition and does something a little new, like I think it's going to be one of the best.
You know, T made some really good arguments for the whole horror element of the show. Considering the fact that a lot of fans started with the MCU back in 2008 when Iron Man first came out, and we've grown up with the Marvel Cinematic Universe over the last 14 years, it makes sense that now Marvel can go into grittier, darker tones for their projects. When you look at Phase 4, that seems to be their intention. And Moon Knight, the character and the show, seems to be the perfect resource for Marvel to test how far they can go and still hold on to their audience. And I think there's very little doubt that that horror element is going to carry over into Multiverse of Madness. And if you want to see the entirety of that interview that I did with Theories by T, make sure you click on this video right over here. Until the next video, I love you guys 3000. Bye!